It's for those aspirational luxury shoppers who can't afford to buy top-tier brands.
Welcome to Miss Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the sneakiest times fashion giants borrowed a little too brazenly.
Gucci would like the court to look at this and say, oh no, that wasn't random. You're copying the entire Gucci product.
Number 10, Supreme versus Barbara Kruger. Supreme's logo is an icon in the fashion industry. It's also not theirs. The bold white text on a red box, that's the signature style of artist Barbara Kruger.
When I first started making this series of works, they were done as paste-ups, similar to what I would do at the magazine.
Decades before Supreme slapped it on skateboards and hoodies, she established it in art galleries around the world. The deep irony is that Kruger's work is a critique on consumerism. Supreme turned it into a brand built on hype and resale.
I work with pictures and words because I think they have the ability to tell us and remind us where we've come from and where we're going.
When the company sued another label for copying their look, Kruger hit back. She used a very colourful term that expressed her feelings about these, quote, totally uncool jokers. That's about as close to a mic drop as you can get in the art world. Supreme may sell cool, but this design wasn't theirs to begin with.
The way my still images have travelled online in various forms, done by myself and other people, is satisfying and amusing to me.
Number 9, Guess versus Gucci. When does inspired by venture into ripping off territory? Gucci says it's when Guess started selling G-covered belts, bags, and shoes. For years, Guess used eerily similar diamond patterns, interlocking G's, and striped logos. Gucci noticed, and they were not pleased.
Who is making this stuff? Who's allowing this to happen?
In 2009, the Italian luxury giant sued for trademark infringement in multiple countries. The legal fight dragged on for nearly a decade. Gucci won in Italy but lost some claims in the US. Eventually, the two brands settled. The takeaway? If you're going to mimic a fashion icon, expect a designer lawsuit to follow. And maybe design your own G next time.
At least it's my name on the mugs, not yours.
Our name, sweetie, on junk.
Number 8, Fashion Nova versus Thierry Mugler.
Recently, a lot of people have been talking about Fashion Nova and some of these other fast fashion companies for their stealing of designs. Like, they are making direct, obvious copies of celebrities' clothes.
In 2019, Kim Kardashian wore a vintage Thierry Mugler gown to an award show. Within days, Fashion Nova had a near-identical version for sale.
A day after Kim wore the dress, a knockoff version appeared on Fashion Nova's website, only available for waitlist.
Fast fashion doesn't move that fast. It seemed clear that they had a copy in the chamber and used the opportunity to launch it. Critics accused the brand of ripping off Mugler's iconic design. They also raised eyebrows at how quickly Kim's look went from red carpet to bargain rack. Kardashian denied tipping off the brand. Fashion Nova stayed quiet. But the evidence was on the runway and splashed across the internet. Mugler's futuristic design was meant to be bold and one of a kind. Instead, it got mass-produced and slapped with a discount code.
I just think it looked as cheap as it was, that's never good. You never want that.
Number 7, Steve Madden versus Balenciaga.
And when he's not with his kids, he frequently visits stores, fixing things that don't look quite right.
But it looks cheap. It looks like a Forever 21 shoe.
Balenciaga was like an alpha wolf, leading the fashion pack and viciously defending their turf. In 2009, they sued Steve Madden over a lookalike of their wildly distinctive Lego heel. Madden's version hit stores fast, with bolder blocks and a cheaper tag. Balenciaga saw red and yellow and blue and took it to court. Years later, history repeated when they sued again, this time over a copy of their famous motorcycle handbag. Both cases alleged straight-up design theft, not just inspired by flattery.
Do you have a favorite shoe of all time?
You know, I don't. There are certain things that I like, but I like what's current. I like what's hot and what's current.
Madden claimed it was all fair game, but Balenciaga wasn't having it. The fight stretched across borders and courtrooms before eventually ending in a confidential settlement. For Balenciaga, the message was clear. Copy us and we'll fight you tooth and nail. Number 6, Vans versus Primark. Vans built its brand on the old school and skate-high sneakers, complete with the unmistakable side stripe and the waffle sole.
Fresh off the press. Get them while they're hot.
In In 2017, Primark dropped near identical shoes. Same shape, same stripe, same vibe. Their shoes, though, sold at a fraction of the cost. Within a year, Vans hit the brakes and launched a lawsuit. The brand claimed Primark had copied its most iconic design, right down to the stripe and stitching.
So Vans say, yeah, we've owned this stripe, right? This stripe or this stripe. So the Primark stripe is different.
Vans went to legal war, accusing Primark of trademark infringement, unfair competition, and false advertising. The case pointed to consumer confusion and social posts dubbing them #FakeVans. The warning stuck: mimic a classic and you might skate straight into legal trouble. Number 5, ASOS and indie designers. This one wasn't just a copy. It was a straight-up slap in the face. ASOS reps had the audacity to visit designer Laurie Lee's London showroom in 2017.
I don't want fashion to be sort of po-faced or, sneery. I want it to be really light-hearted. I want people to wear my clothes that, don't take themselves seriously and just want to have fun.
They clearly enjoyed her heartbreaker leather jacket. Her design was hand-painted, custom, and part of her brand identity. Months later, ASOS released a nearly identical jacket online. The timing? Suspicious. The look, brazenly similar. ASOS denied wrongdoing, but the internet noticed. Fans rallied behind Lee and the pressure worked. The jacket quietly vanished from ASOS's site. Other indie artists accused ASOS of similar violations. For them, this wasn't just about fashion. It was about trust.
It's finding your own niche. So yes, there are lots of painters of leathers, but there are illustrative painters, there are other typographers, but the tone of voice of what they do isn't necessarily the same as mine.
When a mega brand shows up to your studio and walks off with your look, it's corporate espionage. Number 4, Urban Outfitters versus Stevie Koerner. In 2011, Chicago jewelry designer Stevie Koerner got a nasty surprise. Urban Outfitters was selling necklaces nearly identical to her United States of Love line. Her pieces were handmade, shaped like the American states with tiny hearts in the middle. Urban Outfitters line had both an identical look and name. They were just mass-produced and uncredited. Koerner had built her brand on Etsy, so Urban Outfitters had the reach to bury her. She called them out on social media and outrage followed. This wouldn't be the company's first controversy, nor their last.
These are young, impressionable teenagers, and are we sending out the wrong message, glamorizing a very sensitive, delicate issue?
The retailer had already faced heat from the Navajo Nation for using the name Navajo on underwear and flasks without permission. That case led to a settlement in 2016. Koerner sadly didn't.
20 products are now described on the store's site as printed instead of Navajo.
It's an acknowledgement that they were wrong, ultimately.
Number 3, Forever 21 versus Gucci. History will always remember the War of the Roses. The fashion industry will remember the War of the Stripes.
The look for less? Fast fashion designer Forever 21 has similar designs. Take this silver jacket. Gucci on the left, Forever 21 on the right.
In 2017, Forever 21 used Gucci's signature green, red, green stripe on jackets and tops. After a few cease and desist letters, they filed a preemptive lawsuit to block Gucci from suing. It was thrown out of court and Gucci sued.
Gucci's brand value gets diluted. Items like this hurt the bottom line because there's market substitution. People trade down or fail to buy the original.
The companies eventually settled out of court, but this wasn't Forever 21's first copycat controversy.
There are rumors that Forever 21 designers have gotten kicked out of Fashion Week because they're so blatant about taking a photo off the runway and then you see it 2 weeks later in the store.
They've been called out by smaller independent designers for years. In 2020, designer Emily Oberg said her sporty and rich brand was copied almost line for line. Forever 21 couldn't even be bothered to change the font. Others have told similar stories. For a brand built on trends, originality seems like an afterthought.
Forever 21 sometimes just under the table just settles things. They're like, you know what, we can afford to do it. Here's a bunch of money and just don't tell anybody about it.
The profits are outweighing any litigation costs they face.
Number 2, Zara's copycat culture versus independent artists. Zara doesn't just follow trends so closely, they're borderline stalking.
They're for the shoppers who want to look stylish, look chic, but can't consistently afford those higher price labels.
In 2016, multiple independent artists accused the fast fashion giant of ripping off their work without credit or compensation. One of the loudest voices was designer Tuesday Basson. She noticed her quirky, colourful illustrations like pins, lips, and cartoon girls showing up on Zara products, almost exact copies. When she called them out, Zara claimed to pull the items from their collections, brushing it off. More artists came forward with similar complaints. The brand's copy-paste reputation stuck. While lawsuits are hard to win in fashion, public pressure made a dent.
And now I'm super conflicted because I have been a Zara shopper and I no longer want to support Zara, and I actually have that red heart pin. What do I do with it?
For many creators, Zara became the poster child for big brands taking without asking.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Shein versus Doc Martens. Doc Marten boots are iconic. Their thick soles, yellow stitching, and punk rock attitude have been a staple of American counterculture for decades. So when Shein started selling lookalike footwear, it didn't go unnoticed. In 2024, Doc Martens filed a lawsuit against Shein's parent company. They allegedly infringed on both design patents and trade dress. It wasn't the first time.
The lawsuit alleges that Shein creates as many as 6,000 new items per day, all based on stolen designs, through a coordinated illegal operation.
Doc Martens says they sent cease and desist letters twice before. Shein kept pumping out copycats. The lawsuit claims Shein profited off of the knockoffs while muddying Doc Martens' brand image. Given Shein's history with fast fashion controversy, the backlash came fast and loud online. For a company known for speed, Shein's legal troubles are catching up quickly.
It advertises in the US, it avails itself of the US market. It even actually has offices in the US. So it does have that kind of substantial connection to California and to the United States that allows for jurisdiction.
Which of these knockoffs made you say, ugh, as if? Let us know in the comments below.
I'm gonna take that lost soul in there and make her well-dressed and popular. Her life will be better because of me.